people? This is the Enchiridion Team. I'm Mars. That's B Horse, and we got a special guest today. Who is this, B Horse?
Yeah. What's going on, y'all? Hey, today we got my boy, you know what I'm saying, Boz Bosworth. You know what I'm saying, the biggest boss, you know what I mean? Let me tell y'all, man, I knew this guy from high school. He was a very good friend of mine. You know, recently we just reconnected. And you know what I'm saying? He came to me with a good opportunity, man. All right? He came to me with a good opportunity. Now, you know, your boy is out here running the kids around. Get online.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, man, I don't know nothing about coaching no kids. And he said, come. He said, come. And I was like, okay, man, listen, if you say come, I'm going to go ahead and do it. You know, we always preaching that, you know, sometimes opportunities come around and we trying to, you know, that's what we talk about on this podcast is like just leadership and influence and who better to influence than the children? You know what I'm saying? How long you been doing it for now, boss?
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank y'all for letting me get on y'all platform, man. I appreciate y'all. And yeah, that's my brother, you know, B Horse, that's my man. But this is actually my second year coaching, man. I'm pretty excited. I started out with another organization, and it was a great experience. And like you said, the opportunity I presented to you just fell in my lap, honestly, that first year. And that's just how God worked. That's how things work. You know, I came to the organization just wanting to help out, you know? Yeah. And I show up first day, they're like, oh, good, man. Great to see you. You're the head coach. So that was it, man. So, you know, I'm glad I could give you that same opportunity because it was very rewarding.
Yeah.
It was very, very rewarding. So, yeah.
I can see that. And like, I'm going to tell you now, the way you be out there with these kids, I feel like they looking for you. They like you've been doing it for 10 plus years or something, man. You look, it's a natural thing for real. You know what I'm saying? They're like, go ahead, carry it out, boss. And I'm like, let me just learn. You know what I mean? That's it's one of those, you know, it's one of those diamond in the rough things because I wouldn't expect it myself. And this only like my third day to learn so much, not only from the children, but from the other coaches who have more experience, man. You know, I feel like it puts you in a position to sit there and just learn. How is it supposed to work? How is it supposed to look? You know what I mean? And you could Mars, I know you could definitely like relate to this because a lot of it is like our training.
Look, like I told you when you called me with the opportunity, like I didn't even get to finish hearing it through. I was like, yes. You know what I mean? Because it falls right in line of what we're talking about, just trying to influence someone to be better. You know what I'm saying? And like you said earlier, like what better place to start than the kids?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got so many kids out here that go to the street life or whatever path that might not be the right path. And they just want to see somebody else doing something else. Yeah. You may not be this football god that, you know what I mean, that know what you're doing, but you can tell them up, down. You know what I'm saying?
You could just more or less be an example, man. You know what I'm saying? Like so much teaching is done just by providing an example.
You know what I mean? I'm here. Like, I'm here.
Just by existing.
Yeah.
You know, less words, more action. And your presence, especially in the city we live in, more, I guarantee you, out of all those kids, you know it's somebody there without a father. Yeah. You know it's somebody out there who this is the only opportunity, other than when they're at school or whatever, to actually see a man in a, you know, leadership role. Yeah, in a disciplinary role, in a structured role, and then once this thing keep growing, it's gonna be an everyday thing that this kid get to see. So it becomes just be there. Yeah, just show up. That's the biggest part, though. The consistency, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think back to our time playing down at Dunbar. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dunbar. Our time down there, and I still remember the coaches. You know what I mean? And this is like 20 plus, almost nearly 20 plus years like later. And I'm still thinking of the coaches. I'm still thinking of the big influence that they had on my life. I always think about Ben Eaton, you know what I'm saying, right? I always think about him and him just talking about pushing us to the edge. I remember that one time he talked about pushing us to the edge. And he was like, it's okay, because I got you right here. I'm just going to lean you over, and you gonna see the bottom of that ground. Yeah. He said, then that's what I'm gonna pull. That's what I'm gonna pull you back.
I'm gonna pull you back. I'm gonna bring you this close to death. Yeah. That's what he said. Yeah. I'm gonna bring you this close to death, and then I'm gonna snatch your ass back. That's what he said. Yeah. And I just fell out a few times in practice, and he said, man, go put some ice on that boy. Dump some ice on you. He'd be like, you all right? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
get back online. You good. You ain't going to die.
Yeah.
You know, and
you will pass out before you die.
That's it. You know what I mean? But it's such a good tool. That's even why, I try to put my son in it. It's such a good tool because you want to be put in tough situations, man. You gotta simulate those tough situations, especially like, the earlier they can get that idea of forming some type of grit, some type of discipline, you know what I mean, to push through the hurt, push through that type of weakness. You want to install that in little kids because life don't do nothing but get harder. We say it in practice, like the practice gonna get harder. True life, you know what I'm saying? You talking to 30-plus-year-old men on this great podcast. Life didn't do nothing but get more difficult. You know what I'm saying? But we are steady, like, marching forward, marching toward our goals, you know what I'm saying, every day, no matter how hard it get. And I think that can be instilled in 7 and 6 year olds. Bosworth then showed me that, you know what I mean? That can definitely be installed in them. And again, I'm appreciative of it. Let me do this real quick. If this is your first time listening to this podcast, make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We on all the different platforms, you know what I'm saying? Keeping it real, keeping it local. That's what we do. Local town heroes. And we here. And in addition to being a great coach, my man Bosworth has another opportunity that is lacking, and especially I believe in like our Black community as far as financial literacy. And he got a whole business idea, that's taking off. Bosworth, share some more with us, please.
Mm-hmm. Again, man. So basically, I am, in addition to being a coach, I am the CEO of Bennyworth Consulting. I'm very proud of that. It took me a while to get here to bring this business to fruition because a lot of what I'm teaching, I have been through, am going through, and continue to succeed. So I'm at the point where I want to offer this information to other people, and especially in our community, because a lot of the information that I've received over this period of time is information that I wish I would have already knew, because I would be so much further than I am now. I would have created so many more opportunities for myself than I have to this point. So it's important, to me to share this with other people, and to consult them and to take their understanding or what they understood to be the right way to obtain success and show them that there's a different avenue, that there's a better avenue. And this is how you started, So that's what Bennyworth Consulting is about. I'm interested in helping people achieve their goals, whether they be personal or business goals. And basically, I'm sorry, something. Okay. Yeah, whether they be personal or business, and help you grow, help them understand that in order to grow, we got to lose the understanding that, I'm going to put myself up by my own bootstraps. Mm-hmm. No, that's not going to help you get there. Not to the levels that you can be. You want to work And so a lot of people, some of my clients, they work, you know, full-time jobs, and they want to grow a business. They have an idea for a business, or they already started in some capacity, and they really want to dream and move on, but they don't have the money or the capital to actually pour into the business. And not only pour into the business, but while the business is growing, have the money to sustain your lifestyle, you know? And these are the things that are important. And I can help businesses navigate because, like I said, I'm going through these processes. I've already been through them personally, myself and my wife, even in our business ventures. And this information has helped me make a transition from being an employee to being the boss.
Yeah.
And to employing others. You know, it's been a transition. It's taking a whole big step, man. Big change in my life. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So the Bennyworth Consulting, where did that name come from?
Well, like you mentioned, Ben Eaton. Coach Ben Eaton. And he used to say for the offensive line, we play a brand of football called Benny Ball, which is tough, smart, and aggressive football, you know, and that just always stuck out to me in my life. And I always wanted to pay homage to him. Rest his soul, he had an untimely death, man. I mean, in my opinion. There's just no way I could see myself now then thinking that Coach wouldn't be here right now in some form so I could go see the big fella and say, hey, you know, look at me, you know, be proud of me. You know what I'm saying? And I wish I could do that, but this is just a way to pay homage to him. And it was a direct correlation for me because of the guidance that he gave me in my life and the consulting piece of my business. You know, I wanted to be able to guide the people from a dream to reality, you know, in whatever capacity, because people, we just have so many misconceptions about the importance of financial literacy and credit. We have so many, you know, theories that are not true, but we've based our lives on these theories. And the few that have opened their mind to understanding and going this route, they're successful.
Right.
And the most expensive thing in life is the information you don't know. What you don't know is going to cost you so much money. That's why, you know, when you asked me the first question, I was like, man, I wish I knew this 4 or 5 years ago.
Right.
I might be on my way to millionaire status today.
There you go.
I knew this 4 or 5 years ago. Really. But I'm going to get there. But it's just now I want to put somebody else on this information, you know? So that's the importance of the name, because I really want to offer my clients the guidance, you know, from having no credit history to receiving $100,000 in funding. Right. You know, and this funding, people don't understand that some of the richest people that we consider to be successful people, Jeff Bezos, even in Amazon, if you go research, that company has debt. You say, how can $1 trillion company have debt? Oh, why? Because he's not using his $1 trillion worth to grow the business. He's getting his business grown through funding. I am taking out loans to buy assets. I'm taking out loans to purchase the Amazon plane to deliver more packages. I didn't use my $100 million to buy this plane. No. I'm going to go get this $100 million from the bank, buy the plane, and while I'm paying on the $100 million, I'm going to drop off billions of Amazon packages anyway over the course of this loan. Yeah. You know, this is how wealth is obtained. Okay. Because now I've used my credit to make a purchase that will potentially make me more money, right, and pay for itself. Right. You know, the loan is going to pay for itself. And in addition, I'm maintaining my own personal capital. I'm maintaining everything that having this plane will make me. I am keeping that. I'm keeping all the excess. I'm paying the loan off, and I'm still growing. Right. This is how it's done. This is how you grow a business. It is not, you know, save your coins and then invest all your money into your business. Then how do you live? How do you survive the rough times in your business? How do you survive, not even rough times, just the growth? Just from the opening the doors to the first 3 months. How do you survive if you go all in on your business and you really leave your job? You know, it takes funding. And to get to funding, we have to start at the bottom level, which is credit profile, credit history. And at Bennyworth, we're going to help you construct that. We're going to help you get you ready where your credit is at a level. And this doesn't just mean credit score. This is not, oh, I'm going to get you a 700 credit score. No. We're going to create a good credit score for you. Obviously, get it up high enough, but your credit profile will be so much more important. And that's the information that I have to help you get to that level. And when I let you know, hey, client, you are ready. You're going to go into this bank today and we're going to get this loan. And it's happened. I've done it for myself. Even if me and my wife's business in the last year, we got over $80,000 funded, you know, to grow the business. You know, this stuff is real, you know, and it's needed to continue to expound on whatever it is that your goals are. Even if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, you know, this type of understanding makes you recession proof. You understand? Because man, it's so much information, man, that you can create, even if you're not an entrepreneur, but you just want to be able to secure your family. You just want to be able to live life at your pace, at how you want to. Credit, that's fine. And that allows you to still build your own personal wealth, whether it's just you wanting to plan to pass it down. You know, Bennyworth is going to touch on all areas of financial literacy, and the most important being creating a legacy and understanding of wealth and what it takes to obtain it. You know, and wealth doesn't mean everybody's going to be a millionaire, but it does mean that I want to be able to live life on my terms. Right. You know, and that's the goal.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope as hell, because even as a young person, you know, when I first got my little credit cards or loans, they wasn't to be putting into different assets. You know what I'm saying? They were like to pay for a video game or to pay for some type of trip or something like that. Something that, you know, as soon as I purchased it, the value of it went down. You know what I mean? And now I'm in a position to take my own income and pay it back. Whereas what you said was smart, putting it somewhere where it can grow for you at the same time, and you know, you take your time, you pay that back, but you already done experienced that growth, you know, in whatever asset you put it in. Yeah, man, that's genius right there.
Exactly.
It's gold.
Exactly. It's really about
gold.
I thought you were showing off the flyer.
I was. I did too.
I was trying to. My device got messed up. But yeah, I can show off the flyer, man.
Yeah.
This is just basically, man, it's the premise of what I want people to understand about my process. That the goal is, I am not here to just repair your credit. This is only a step one of this process. The end goal, is the $100,000 in funding. The end goal is to make you leverage credit. Leverage it. Like you said, as young people, we got on college campuses, and before you even spoke to your professor, what was the first thing you saw?
Them girls. Oh yeah, in a credit card company. I was saying the girls is the first thing I saw.
Let me get these 17, 18-year-olds early. You know what I mean? And then we get that money, and we went and bought PS2, Crash Bandicoot, whatever we was playing at the time. And now that $200 is dead. Yeah. Because I have used that money to purchase a liability versus an asset.
Yeah.
And Bennyworth Consulting is going to get you to this $100,000 level of funding by making you look at what you're doing completely differently, making you understand that that $500 credit limit is cool, but it really can be $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
How can it be that? You know, you have to understand how to, quote unquote, play the game.
Yeah.
To play the game. And it's really a game of life or death, man, especially the way that the world is trending. I mean, I just almost paid $5 for a gallon of milk a week or two ago.
Right.
And it blew my mind. You know what I mean? Because my wife do a lot of this grocery shopping. So when I went, I said, wow.
Yeah,
I was shocked. You know, and then gas being the same price, man. It's a brother out here right now that has to drive 60 miles back and forth to work and feed his family. And he does not know what to choose.
Yeah.
You know, because if I take this money and put it in my gas so I can make more money, or my family don't eat tonight.
Yeah.
This is the decisions that some people are being faced with, man. And it doesn't have to be that way. You know, because we should be able to leverage our credit, whether it be for funding our business or to just secure our life on the back end.
Yeah.
You know, just not taking advantage of it, understanding how to grow it. So step one of this process, number one, is to get you and your credit score and your credit profile, which is more important really than your score, to a level where we can begin accepting funding. And part of this process that I'm offering to the clients is to walk you through this 60-day process, okay? To get you ready for funding, to get you up to 100,000, to get you the first 10. Okay, some people, I got credit cards and this and that. They got 3 credit cards with $300 limits.
Yeah.
You know, what is it for?
Yeah.
Because you're abusing them.
Yeah.
That's why. You're using them just to swipe.
Yeah,
just to
get Starbucks or something.
Just to do it. And then you thinking, oh, here comes the bill, but it only say I gotta pay $9.95 this week. So I'm gonna just go ahead and send the $10. No. You need to understand credit card utilization. You need to understand the play that it has and the impact that it has on your credit profile. How you need to keep your utilization at a lower level so it doesn't look like you're living beyond your means. Right. These are the mindsets that we have to begin thinking instead of thinking, oh, American Express just messed up. They just gave you boy $1,000. Let's go to Tyson, shorty.
That's it.
That's
it. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I know a guy who said he was 18 years old and he got an American Express card. He was like, what? And he was like, he said, at first it didn't come with no limit, right? So he done spent like upwards of $5,000, and he ended up like getting contact with them, and he was like, hey, I thought my card ain't have no limit, and they was like, no, that's your limit. They said that's enough.
That's enough.
You spent enough.
Right.
So I mean, people gonna take advantage. They're gonna take advantage. I think that, like how you said, when you got these, especially when you got these young kids, and not even just young kids, young adults as well. You know, people around our age that don't really, have leaned on that mantra of having an emergency fund, or using the not emergency fund, but using the credit cards only in the sense of an emergency. And I feel like almost that type of mindset, it doesn't allow for growth, right? Because sometimes you can use a credit card to grab a quick asset, you know what I mean? That will obviously improve your own quality of life. But, sometimes we just, they do these micro purchases, and before you know it, that credit card is almost maxed out, right? That, that utilization is all the way up there. And then when a true emergency comes, or a true power move opportunity comes up to come due, you don't even have the resources to do it because, you know what I mean? You played your hand wrong.
Exactly. And that's the thing, because it's with credit, it's almost a catch-22, right? Because if I have all these credit cards and I don't use them, eventually they will close my account. You know, they'll close it. And that hurts your credit score. That hurts your credit profile. So it behooves you to use the card. But what you need to understand is when does my card report? When I'm saying report, when does the credit company report to the credit bureaus about my payments and my payment history? How often am I using the card and what am I using it for? You know, I'm going to advise my clients, yes, you have a $500 credit card. All right. I want you to be using maybe 20% of that.
Yeah.
Right? To get your gas throughout the course of 2 weeks of the month. All right. Before this credit card reports, pay the balance back. Okay. This helps you establish a rapport of good payment, and eventually that $500 limit will creep $1,000. Yeah. To $3,000. To $4,000. You understand? And as you continue to make these payments and keep your utilization down, you'll be in a better position. Because it's fine. You need to use the credit card to do whatever. That's fine. But understand when it reports. Understand that minimum payment is going to kill you. Yeah. Understand the minimum payment comes with more interest over time.
Yes, sir.
That's how they play you. They want you to pay the $9.95 as the minimum payment.
Yeah.
Right. Because the other $490 that you've already used on the card, they're going to charge you the 3.9% APR on that. Yeah. So it's fine. You paid the $10. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Your payment history was on time.
Yeah.
But your credit profile is now impacted because you're over the 10% threshold of utilization. Yeah. So it's all a game. It's all in understanding, and it's all in how you move. You know, and I've implemented these things in my life. They've changed my life, man. I'm gonna be honest. You know, this information and how I was structuring everything in my life, man. I left 2 jobs in 2 weeks. Okay, that I was going to make over 100,000. Yeah, promise you. Okay, This is real life. Yeah, I had one job that I had applied for another, and I was in the process of. I knew had captured employment here, but it still wasn't official. Yeah. Okay. So I took a leave of absence to devote myself into my wife and I's business and to grow and expand that. So I took some time away. During this course of time, it was about 60 days. So I experienced entrepreneurship for about 60 days, man. Yeah. And it was life-changing, being able to manage and control my time. So in between that time, I was hired at the other job and I left. I left that job to continue to pursue entrepreneurship. And it wasn't just by chance. It was because of this information that I was able to make those changes, man. Yeah. I was able to make those decisions because I felt like I'm going to create enough of security for myself to leap out here and to continue to grow. Yeah. And that's what this process is. You're really looking at someone who really tangibly living and moving in the way of the things that I'm going to offer to other people. You know, if it wasn't for this, it's no way. Married man, 4 kids. Come on. It's going to leave 100,000 or better, 2 jobs in 2 weeks. Yeah. You know,
like a living testimony for sure.
Yeah. So man, it's really, you know, it's what it is. I'm proud of this. This is my baby, you know. So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, man.
Where can we find you? How can we get these services? Where can we find you?
Oh, absolutely. So you can contact me right now. My website is under development. So you can contact me directly via Instagram at Bennyworth Consulting. All right. You can use the DM to shoot me a DM if you have any questions, any questions about the process, and I can walk you through it. We can talk about how to get started. you know, and move on from there. You know, the first conversation is going to be important because I want to know what your goals are. I need to understand what it is that you're trying to achieve, you know. So if you any information you want, you can contact me on Instagram at Bennyworth Consulting, and you know, it will go from there. You know, that's how we all start right there, man.
That's dope. That's dope. You got something for us, Marshall?
Nah, yeah, look, that's major. This is perfect timing. I'm telling you right now, it's perfect timing. I will be hitting you up. I just got finished paying off a lot of things that I owe, you know, and you know, my credit's still not moving. I thought I was going to jump my credit, so I will be hitting you up. Yeah, I will be hitting you up because this is perfect timing.
Everybody's situation gonna be different, man. Yeah. Every move gonna be different. Like even in your situation, you was thinking forward. Yes, take care of the things. Take care of them. That's cool too. That's the start. But now, why is my credit score not moving?
Yeah.
Now, why is it maintaining? You know, we don't understand these things till we understand them, and that's what Bennyworth is. That's what Bennyworth Consulting is about, man. Helping my people understand and succeed, and understand the importance of financial literacy, and understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. Because our community, we love a liability. They shiny, they pretty.
Yeah,
that's just us, though.
That's it. It's in the black man's soul.
Yeah, and we only live once. So you deserve to live, have the lifestyle you want. Absolutely. I never met a man that been here twice. You know? So live. But let me show you how to do it the smart way, though. You know? Yeah. So that's what we're about, man. I appreciate y'all.
I appreciate you coming through, dropping the jewels, man. www.theenchiridion.com. You can hit us up. Let us know what you think, what you feel, whatever. If you want to sit down with us and you got something to share, go ahead and schedule an appointment. Hit us up on the DM, hit us up on the website, do whatever. On all social media platforms, it's the Enchiridion Team, except for Twitter. It's just Enchiridion Team. Like, share, subscribe, do the whole thing. Go ahead and follow my man.
Yeah, tap in with these boys, man.
Go ahead and follow my man. Look. Get your money right. And it all starts with the education piece. Everything starts with the education piece, and that's what he's here for.
Absolutely.
Life, love, everything is all in the palm of your hand. Peace.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate you.